As soon as you get there, show me what the track looks like.
So I'm okay. Certified bad boy.
If you can't beat him, we'll make you beat him.
Pretty much chinned the full thing, all right, Edward?
Rocky's just had a massive...
The noise when the gates open.
Podcast at 9, fishing at 10.
We don't do cuts, we're real people.
Action. Hurry up, I'm excited. All right. I'm not, well, I am excited. I'm also in a rush.
Right, I'm ready, I'm here.
We've got a member missing, but we're starting anyway because we're on a tight schedule today. He reckons he's 5 minutes away.
Yeah, you can time him. It is now...
8:52. Early start for the 2Pro1Slow.
I've got some subjects. Jake Paul at Axel Hodges Ranch. That's what he reckons. Well, he's fucking late. It's what he is.
He did say 8:45. Anyway, we're here. It's Tuesday after Weston, episode 58. Look at that. I know that. That's how much of a raw one. You know, we got complimented by Danny Butler, who does the trials.
Yeah, what did he say?
Fuck, I forgot the name of his podcast now.
Trial Tube.
Trial Tube. He said, we're on a roll with podcasts.
We're back. We'll probably go on hiatus again because you're disappearing. In fact, why don't we have a chat about your race because he'll be moaning about it. Where are you going today?
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll talk about Turkey now, See the Sky and the rest of the Hard Energy Championship, and then when he arrives, you can talk about Weston because he came.
Yeah, we can
which
do
I'm
that.
amazed about. Yeah, I'm going to See the Sky this afternoon. Evening time zone. It's quite a big change to get to Turkey. It always messes me up, and it's quite late to be going because I've did the math. Well, I think the race starts on Thursday. I was going to fly yesterday, but then you would think I did not fly until Tuesday because the race at the weekend. Well, no, the team said everyone's going on Tuesday. We're all going on Tuesday. So
are you Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
I think so, although I haven't really checked.
Same as before. A sea race,
beach race, forest
race, both together.
Mountain race. And it's going to be a multi-day race, so we've got a bit of a confusing points set up.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah, but in some ways that's good for me because I'm on the clawback in the championship, so I need as many opportunities to get points back as possible. And obviously I'm on quite good form at the minute, so quite excited to get back on the two-stroke. And we're going to See the Sky this week. Sorry.
How many rounds left of this
We're going to See the Sky this week. We've got one weekend off. Then we've got Getson.
I'm going to come to that.
And then we've got 3 weekends off, 2 weekends, 3 weeks off, and then Roof of Africa for the last round.
I really hope Getson's as good as it is. I've spent so much time bigging it up, and if I go and it's shit, I'll be so.
Nah, Getson's always good. The last time you went,
you won a world championship.
Yeah.
And then the last time on TV, you and Manny pulled each other up the.
Yeah, but the last time you went was COVID, so they didn't actually have the after party we had in the Husky truck.
Yeah, bad boys.
Well, it was actually better. Them situations are the best. But it's rare that the whole truck gets left and we're allowed to just have a lock-in in the awning and just start revving bikes up and standing on the seats of them and just going nuts. So, but the beer tent should be back in full swing, which is always good at Getson, and they do the after party after the race, unlike other races with beer tents that do the party the day before the race. So
perfect. So Sunday night's a good one.
So I don't know if the race is Saturday or Sunday because we don't have any structure in our sport. But whatever day the race is,
I could probably do it knowing so I can book some flights.
So See the Sky this weekend, Getson in 3 weeks, and then Roof of Africa, I think about this time next month. So 3 rounds left. 2 of them are multi-day formats, so there's still quite a lot of points up for grabs, which I need because obviously I had lost a lot of points in America because that was also a multi-day bit of backward points set up, so I lost a lot of points in America. But yeah, like I say, feeling good, excited.
What is the gap now?
12, I believe, with 3 rounds, but 2 of them you can score up to 43 points, I think, if you win everything.
Yeah.
And then the other one is 23.
So it's still well possible.
Yeah, no, there's still, like I say, because 2 of them are long races, and I think Roof of Africa, I think the locals there are a lot of good South African riders. Obviously, James Moore is winning the youth champion or junior championship, and he came, I don't know if it was 4th or 5th overall, but really high up at Aberystone. And then there's a lot of local.
Teo's back. I've seen he put. Yeah,
also Teo's riding this weekend, I think already.
He just put I'm back.
Yeah, I've seen he's back, so he'll be back by the end of the year. That's a good point. But what I was getting to is I haven't been to Roof of Africa since 2016, and I think Manny hasn't been since 2019. and the locals.
Is Roof of
Lesotho
Africa
really good? So I think it's going to be a very interesting last round actually going there.
Has Roof of Africa ever been in the championship?
No.
Just been like a
it's actually like one of the original hard enduro races, like the longest standing one from like way back. Like in the 90s, they were busy riding around the hills of Lesotho.
It's one of your. Was it one of your first?
Yeah, pretty much. I went 2016. So 2016, I did Alice Trem, Erzberg, Romaniacs, Sea to Sky, and Roof of Africa of the international races that I did do. And that was a shock. Well, Romaniacs was a shock just from length of days and duration and how long these hard enduro rallies are. And then I'd actually injured my shoulder as well. So I hadn't rode much on the build up to Roof of Africa, but I got invited out by Alfie Cox, who a lot of you will probably know, was kind of Dakar legend. He won Erzberg, I think. One of the first Erzbergs he won. Second in Dakar on a car and a bike. Anyway, he invited me out to come and race for him. He has a big KTM dealership in South Africa. Went out there in 2016 for the first time and stayed there because I'd been injured and it was all a bit up in the air what I was going to do for 2017. I had a kind of an offer from the KTM and Factory Husky, but nothing was really confirmed. He invited me out there to just go and ride and train for a few weeks before. So I was pretty sick, like had a really amazing time. But then went to the race again, kind of thinking I was a bit of a hero after like done so well at Erzberg and stuff like that. And it was a difficult roof, like really difficult. The first day took me 10 and a half hours. I woke up from being asleep on the handlebars handful of times, just like completely dead. Learned a lot. Learned that you need more than just low calorie, basically electrolyte tablets in your Camelback on a 10-hour day. So that was a big lesson learned. I wondered why I had so little energy. It's because I had literally consumed no calories whatsoever in the 10 hours I was out riding.
Is that why you started your own brand?
Well, it was one of the reasons why I was to try like educate people. Like, it's not a really complex science, but there's just kind of fundamentals of nutrition.
You struggle though, don't you? You struggle to eat at all.
Yeah, I struggle to eat. Drinking, I'm not so bad. But eating, like, I've learned that it's almost not worth me trying to eat a lot because I'll just end up making myself sick and then I'll throw up any of the nutrients that I do have in. So I really don't even try to eat a lot.
Do you eat a lot the day before?
A lot the day before, yeah, and then just consume whatever. It's not going to upset my stomach. Race morning.
That's hard though on like 3-4 day races. Can you eat after a race?
Yeah, I can eat after fine.
So you can do the day, eat well.
It's just morning, and I think it's just nerves as well. Like I don't physically really feel that nervous half the time either. Like obviously sometimes I do, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes there's times I'm nervous, but I think it's just my body like not
just don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want it. Like I don't physically or I guess mentally feel that nervous most of the time, but I'm like some morning like I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, nope. Not happening. Like
can
Weston,
you eat at Super Enduro?
No.
Still can't eat there.
Even last round of the championship this year, I'd won the championship in second last round in Newcastle. Last round a week later in France, couldn't eat breakfast, threw up 5 minutes before Super Pole. Like
that's bad though, because that's late into the night.
I'd won the championship, like nothing, no pressure, just go and finish.
Just have a ride round.
Still couldn't do it. But Weston this weekend, somewhat of a, obviously it's always some pressure, and I always put pressure on myself to a certain degree, but just a fun weekend for me, breakfast no problem. And I knew that would be the case weeks ago.
That's weird, isn't it?
It's my body just
knows when the points are on the line.
Yeah, it knows when it's just, you've got to go all out and perform. But again, like as weird as it sounds, the amount of times I've been sick and stuff before races, but it kind of doesn't affect. I feel better after it. Like at a Super Enduro, I'll feel crap
after you've spewed.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll feel crap like through practice or whatever, and then I'll go and throw up before timed qualifying, and I'm 100 times better. Like just feel better for it. Like it's very.
What do you do then? So if you can't eat or you spew, do you then have liquid carbs?
Yeah, try and get as much back in as possible. Salt tablets especially, because if you've thrown up, it usually means you got more chance of being dehydrated. So have as much salt, sodium, electrolytes as possible if you're being sick, and then just try and introduce carbs, but more focus on salt and sodium and electrolytes if I've been sick, just to try and prevent dehydration,
Yeah.
which is a good point about Sea to Sky, because I definitely dehydrated there last year. Because the race was a lot longer than we expected and we got told. I don't remember exactly how long. I think it was like 5.5 hours it took us in the end last year, which isn't that long in comparison to like a Romaniac's day, but on a day where we set off kind of without a mandatory fuel stop or water refill point,
and I guess you're pushing harder.
And also the race gets progressively harder. Like the first hour and a half to 2 hours of the race, which I've been told is being made shorter this year, is more or less nothing difficult whatsoever. But obviously it's hot temperatures.
Yeah.
You're battling each other, so there's dust, there's roost. So like you're drinking out of your U-Sweet or whatever hydration pack, and you're drinking. The race is getting harder. You're getting less and less water left, more tired, and then all of a sudden you get to the hard parts of the track.
Do you only put water in?
No. Like I had right nutrition, but luckily,
What though? Hydrophys or
intro.
Yeah. Carb
as much as
every
possible.
time.
Yeah. In any race, I would never go without a carb drink in any race.
Right.
Like even this weekend, when it was cut to half at Weston, jumping all over the place for topics here, but I normally have 3 litres. I put 2 litres in because it was only half, and I don't usually drink that much at Weston anyway because it's not that physical, but I still supped the full 2 litres, ran out 2 laps to go. I was like, oh God. Kellett normally does a full 3 hours without drinking anything.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, so Sea to Sky last year went way longer than we expected. And luckily, otherwise I would have been in big trouble. At the last refuel point, I was thinking like, this has gone on a while, and I roughly knew where I was on the mountain and that there was still quite a bit of riding to go. At the last refuel point, I took my U-Sweet off and filled it up. Oh!
Hello, mate.
Oh, right, mate.
You're late.
Hello, guys.
Selfish coffee you brought in as well, is it?
Homemade.
He's got his name on his cup.
Saving the pennies.
Oh.
Welcome. We've saved the topics for you. We're just doing hard enduro.
Yeah, we're doing hard enduro, so you don't have to moan about listening to it.
Sorry for those that have up to now.
Oh.
You're on form already.
Let me finish this story, then you can just talk shit and I can switch off for a bit. So anyway, luckily at the last refuel point, I filled my U-Sweet up and made it to the top. But I was just the last half hour, I was like headaches, cramping, really messed that nutrition up and dehydrated Sea to Sky last year. So we'll avoid that at all costs this year. Yeah, right. Hard enduro talk's over. You all right, mate?
What race was that you was talking about?
Sea to Sky last year,
Oh, yeah.
because that's next.
He's off.
Beautiful
Later
side
today.
race.
That's why we started early, because he's got a flight to catch.
Yeah. You're busy, yeah. I didn't realise how busy you were. You weren't joking, was you?
You're not
This is
busy at the minute,
normal.
are
I
you?
tell you this.
I'm not too busy. This chair's steep.
You're done. Season done. You're
Yeah,
not a busy
to
man.
annoy me, actually.
No,
I'm
he is
actually
busy.
bored.
She's just 4
It's
training
training
skills
school.
a week.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm liking doing them. Well, I've got to keep busy, haven't I? Fuck knows what's going on with this chair.
What are you trying to do?
Don't know, a lot.
Were you trying to go up or are you trying to go back and forward?
I was trying to go up. No, trying to go back, and I went up.
That's the
No,
back.
I'm all right now. No, I am disappointed that I'm not busy.
Well, you've done nothing but binge about being tired for the last 6 months.
Yeah, now I'm tired of not being tired because I want to race and do something. That's why I nearly entered the Western. Ed got me all hyped up, didn't he?
Madness went on there, didn't it?
Yeah, Ed really got me good. In the end, he thought it was funny and realised that it caused a big uproar.
Well, no,
In
because
my house in the dirt store building.
I thought you were just fucking about like you always do. So I thought I'll just ring him up every 20 minutes on the way down on Thursday, telling him I've spoke to Gareth, and keep slowly increasing the money until he said yeah.
Yeah, we got it high. But it was a imaginary figure. I couldn't believe I was getting paid that amount, and I was right to not believe it because it wasn't true. No, on Thursday I watched a bit of a Facebook post that Weston put up, and the track looked unbelievably dry, nice, blue skies. Them lot.
FaceTime me as soon as you get there. Show me what the track looks like.
Is that really what you said?
Yeah. Ed's like, it's dry.
I was like, it looks
fucking
amazing.
Walking barefoot up the beach, the sand's warm.
Thursday was good.
And then I started getting a bit of FOMO because everyone's down there on the beach having a nice time. So I'm like, just see if you can get me any money. You know, he come back. He's like, I got you this much. So I said, nah, I'm not doing it for that. I've got to stand my ground. He said, I got you this much. I said, nah, just see if you can get a bit more. I got you this much. I'm like, I'm there, right. So
I told him the full amount he wanted. I said, but you've got to be here today.
So
Okay.
So I'm okay. Anyway, Sophie had a birthday party Saturday. That got I'd cancelled that for her. She was no longer going to a birthday party because we haven't got childcare. So that was a bit of a domestic in the house. We had some tears that she's struggling with the child, and
This is when I started feeling guilty.
Mum's moved away, and I'm no childcare. And I said, I've got to work. I'm getting paid this much to go to Weston. She's like, I know, but this was one thing I was really looking forward to.
Yeah, this
like,
is when the guilt set in then, what I'd done. I thought, it's not good to tell
I had a
lies.
domestic in the house and ended up, anyway, at this point I was packing the camper.
And John was in the workshop getting the bike ready.
John was about to drive 2 hours to go and get a fuel tank
fuel
from
tank.
somewhere and drive 2 hours back.
Yeah,
Imagine if he'd got it.
Yeah, we
You
had,
would have been in
I
such
said-
shit.
he said, are you serious? I said, I'm 70%. I'm in. I've just got to confirm it. And then I called him about an hour later after speaking to him. I said, I'm 95%. Like, we're there. He said, well, I've started on the bike. I had Rich Eli's bike here. He was going to race, but he couldn't. In the end, he didn't. So we've got a bike half done. I said, well, finish it. He went to Dirt Store, got sprockets, steel sprockets, an O-ring chain, is it, that we needed for that. So we had the sprockets, O-ring. All that was left was the big tank, and that was in Maidstone. Anyway, I said, just hold fire before you set off to Maidstone. He said, well, I'm going to get that in the morning. So I just finished the bike up. Anyway, then I spoke to Nick from Dirt Store. And he says, I said, I'm in. I'll see you down there. Camper's packed. Gear bags, like, pretty much done. Goggles were prepped. I'd had all sorts of choices for lenses and armour visions and all sorts, roll-offs. And then Nick went, I don't think he's going to pay that. I think Ed's having you on. No, he's not. No, I've spoke to Ed. I've spoke to Gareth. Because Ed even put Gareth on the phone for a split second. And Gareth sort of mumbled.
He does mumble, doesn't he?
And then
I was watching
Ed
his...
just went, he said he'll call you at 5, but get down here tomorrow. So,
Gareth was in on it.
and then, it come crashing down. I sort of was depressed for the rest of the day. It was all hyped up. Like
The
I was
reason
going
I'd done
racing.
that, I was trying to take my mind off the nerves of racing him on the start.
So you did that to me about going to watch that British Championship.
Yeah,
Which
that
I
was
also
different.
didn't. I wasn't on board. I played along with you.
I did think that.
Oh, what, when he said come to Canada Race?
You're going to get
come to
Lee.
Lee.
$2,000 to come and watch.
Which I didn't believe you.
But it's shit, mate.
I was happy to come.
Yeah, but you didn't rearrange. A lot of people got affected.
What do
by
you mean I
this.
didn't rearrange? I was in a different country to where I live.
You were coming anyway, you said.
But
But anyway, got me good. But I still went and watched with the family.
Let's start on the Thursday because you had a hectic Thursday, very hectic Thursday.
Yeah, too hectic.
You
The
done
whole
a-
weekend's gone really. I very much enjoyed my weekend. I always do, but from a content perspective and an output of videos, it's been an utter car crash.
Yeah,
but-
Thursday I was a bit like, fuck me, there's a lot
'Cause-
going on here.
Yeah, because at first, they said, "Oh, we're not doing the usual press day stuff. We're only going to do some stuff in the arcade and that, and then we'll just do it all in the town later." So I was like, "Oh, I've got all morning to," but they said you can still go on the beach and do your own thing or whatever. So I was like, "Oh, me and Ed have got all morning to fuck around," and I had some other stuff to do for another magazine interview, and take some pictures and stuff. So I was like, "Oh, we got all morning," and then night before they're like, "Oh, actually, we need you on the beach for a little bit at 11." But it won't take long, and then that ended up taking 2 hours and left us not a lot. Well, not 2 hours, but
to be
we
fair-
were late getting there. Actually, that's a good point. We were late getting there.
But we
After
didn't
had-
have more time was no good for me anyway because
Well, yeah.
battery would have ran out on start.
We had 60 quid pulled out of it at Gloucester Services, so that made we late.
Good services.
Nah, shit. I decided on my way home.
No, you're not getting the right thing.
Massively overhyped. You look forward to it every time because you're like, "Oh, I'll have a bit of a posh stop off in Gloucester
Yeah,
Services."
but what did you have?
Utter shit. Should have went to McDonald's.
So
the
what
next
did you
one up.
have?
On the way down?
Did you go to the actual food court or did you just go to the cafe?
No, food court on the way down for breakfast, and
Oh,
got
full English.
a
Or not?
bean box. Shit. Bloke forgot to put my fried egg in. Had to go back and get my egg.
I stopped on the way back for a sausage mash. That was lovely.
And
Bit of
then
tea on the way back.
Yeah.
on the way back, went to the. We were quite late and in a rush. So went to this. Oh, because Roxy wanted a pie. That's the only reason we went there in the first place. She wanted a pie on the way down there. Pies aren't serving yet till 10:30, so we couldn't get a pie for Roxy on the way down. So anyway,
It's early to eat a pie. Really.
Yeah, I've been pregnant in it. Just
Oh, yeah, cravings.
All weekend we'll stop there on the way home. Don't worry, we'll get you a pie. I'm thinking there's probably going to be no pies left at 7 p.m. on a Sunday night, but we'll stop anyway. Went to go for a pie. Some shitty vegetarian pies left. If we wait 10 minutes, chicken pie comes out. All right, wait 10 minutes. Looking around. I got sausage roll. Sausage rolls are shit. Martin actually got a brisket burrito of some description. That was really good. Steak wrap. Good.
It was better than really good.
Yeah, it was certified bad boy, in the words of Martin.
Is that what he said? Yeah. Martin's a good old lad.
Yeah, funny, really funny. Good addition to the weekend. Anyway, Roxy's chicken pie comes. She didn't like it. Had too much leaking, so fucking waste of time. Then you drive past the McDonald's 2 miles later and go,
no, I didn't.
I said that to Martin on the way down. I was like, how many people do you reckon this services get? I bet they get all the cast off for the people that don't want to go to Gloucester. I bet they win being that close to it.
Anyway, a bit pointless information for you if anyone's travelling down the M5.
Thursday then, so we had a race on a Stark versus a factory 450. I got slagged off online that I couldn't beat him on an 80 brake horsepower start.
Got hit.
Yeah, but I also agree with that.
What, I should be able to beat him?
You should be able to you should be able to handle that without fucking all the gimmicks and the 20s.
Yeah, I told him to try it just flat out, and he's going, no, I need to shift up.
I tried it.
You don't have to go all the way on flat out. You can roll
I tried
on,
80
mate.
all the way, just wheelies.
Yeah, just smooth on the
Yeah,
pedal.
but I can't. Then I'm behind, and the bike, it's not fast enough.
If I got on it, we'd smoke him.
But
well, it's the power to weight. I get it if it's spinning, but it's not spinning. We done it once I tried doing it on a runway, and on the tarmac it was spinning. But I think you can get it with a bit of throttle control and body placement.
Everything was.
Or not?
I don't know. It is hard. I think
they are
lift
hard. Yeah, I agree.
Spin and lift and spin.
Yeah, because you're like.
I needed a paddle tyre that he had and I didn't have.
Paddle tyre, I agree, would have been a useful gimmick because you had an enduro tyre.
But then you'd have come up more.
A motocross tyre.
Yeah, but then maybe I could have.
Wouldn't have spun as much.
I
think it was spinning the whole way, his. Because even mine spins. Like when you're flat out in 6, you still hit spots where like the RPM picks up. And then drops off again.
I mean, you're sensible, aren't you? You can ride a bike. It's not like your actual...
The people from Stark text me, said, if you can't beat him, we'll make you beat him.
They're not happy. They reckon it was rigged.
They want a rerun. They said, you need a factory battery, whatever one of them is, and we need to clear your bike of all the warnings.
Maybe a different reader on it as well, then they really want to win.
What do you mean a reader?
Rider.
I think he means rider. Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. I thought it was cool.
I thought you meant like a data reader or something. But no. So I didn't win that. My bike got too hot, overheated.
No, I watched the video. Well, I skipped through it. But.
Then after that, Bill went and done some stunts on a Norden. Is it a Norden?
Yeah, 901, I think.
900.
Nice pictures.
Big wheelies down the beach.
Look very smart. You get given those clothes.
Yeah.
I did think that.
Head to toe. Bell stuff, mate.
It was quite smart, wasn't it?
Cool.
I actually thought at first you'd dress yourself.
The vintage race outfit was cool.
Yeah, no, the vintage outfit. No, well, he's on, for the Norden picture, I had like a jacket on.
Not a white jacket?
No, that's the vintage.
It was like a leather jacket. It wasn't
I
as cool. It wasn't really my style, but I mean, I could still pull it off.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
Did you know I once done a shoot for Top Man in Isle of Man? No. It wasn't Top Man.
It was.
Where's this story come from? Been hiding all these years.
No, because then you got
with David Knight.
Then you got a gift card voucher to go into Top Man. It was Top Man.
No, it was way bigger than Top Man. It was like it was really high, like the high end men's magazine.
Men's Health?
No, not that high end. I don't know. It was me and David Knight, but we had like Gucci jackets and that on. It wasn't cheap stuff.
You did something for Top Man.
Yeah,
I remember you going into Top Man getting
styled and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I done a photo shoot with Top Man once. Went in a London store, up the stop, styled photo shoot.
Where's this story been hiding? Well, no.
Long time ago. This is 2007. David Knight was world champ, I think, and I was factory KTM. Flew to Isle of Man. One men's magazine. We was kitting all the gear because the jacket's like 400 quid. Anyway, yeah, back to your story.
That's good. No, I had a full jacket on the Norden, and then... Oh, well, what happened was first the 500 didn't start for a while. Kickstart was a bit slack and pointing in the wrong direction. And then we were on a very tight schedule anyway because the Norden was provided by KTM UK, Husky UK.
What's a bike? The Norden?
Yeah, adventure bike, Husky.
Ah, I thought you said Norton. I thought you meant Norton, like the old
No,
No, it's called a
Norden.
Norden.
A Norden.
sort of Norton
Shows
fit
how
in
much
better with the
attention you play to the.
No, but that sort of would have fitted in
off-road
better
world,
with the old.
industry you're in.
Wouldn't have fitted in very well with his current
No,
sponsorship.
but I mean
Yeah.
Norton, are no longer a bike manufacturer, and you're wearing like all old gear, and Norton's old. Do you see how I got
Not
there?
really. No.
Vintage?
No.
That's what that came later.
And Husky UK was on tight schedule. That bike needed to be back by a certain time. Again, you're concerned that it had sand and seawater on it, but I think all's well there. Came back from that. I had fish and chips. All a bit rushed. A lot of people at that point. It was the news had broke that you'd been got over by. It was the tail was given out over fish and chips, and I think Ed felt a bit bad by that point.
Yeah, he did. I heard it in his voice when he was like, "Oh, sorry." Then yeah, I thought you knew I was joking.
You mess around with people all day long.
Yeah, I know.
So I thought I'm going to get him back here, but then
I think I was a bit clouded and excited that I just sort of overlooked everything, that someone was going to pay me that much on a Friday.
when you
before
then
the
started
race
saying
and-
John's running around and your missus is crying, I was a bit like, fuck, maybe
I've
got him.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I was a bit.
I think Ed should do a formal apology on this podcast.
No, I could hear it in his voice, and that was enough. He was like, "Oh, yeah, I thought you knew I was joking," and no, but yeah. Anyway,
No.
That's called guilt, Tom. Something you don't have.
no, you did feel guilty. And that was it. There, so you was Thursday, and that was all over till Sunday. Then basically,
Yeah, well, no, then the vintage bike started again, so then I had to do another outfit change because I'd already planned a vintage reel. That reel was exactly what I'd envisioned for a long time. And it slapped, so I'm really happy. Like
A big cigar
it
hanging
performed
out.
well, yeah. Big cigar. John had to
the
go.
one that Martin done.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did say that. So I watched that a few times.
that was exactly
I
how
thought
I
every
Who
envisioned
time
picked
it
the
I
going.
song?
Huh?
Who picked the song?
I don't know, Martin or you?
I didn't pick it.
No, well, Martin picked the song by himself. I came back and he was 3/4 of the way through it, and I was like, "What?"
Really?
So, yeah, song were good. Kind of
Yeah,
give him his shot list before it, and I was like, "I want a bit of a rev into my face, bit puff of smoke,
You'd really fucking...
yeah, puff of smoke coming out, and then action." And that's exactly what we got. John,
Oh, you actually smoked the cigar.
yeah, pretty much chinned the full thing. I had a right head rush for the rest of the day.
Really?
And then I tried to go flat out down the straight. The bike wouldn't really go flat out. But I don't know how they used to race with them in the mouth back in the day. Because I went fast down the straight once and it just went straight down. I nearly fucking...
Oh, you was riding up the straight with the cigar in.
Yeah, like having it blow out the side and that, like full old school.
What, they race with
Well, I
cigars?
guess the wind was making
pictures.
it burn more, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
burn and then straight down your throat. Like,
I don't think they race with them, surely.
I've seen pictures of them on like road bikes and that, hanging out the side of their mouth.
Yeah, but probably.
My dad
maybe
reckons he
in
had a
70
mate.
years' time, they're probably going to look back at that and go, "That fucking bloke will Billy Bolt race with a cigar in his mouth around
Freddie-
Weston Beach Race."
Well,
I don't know,
no.
don't know.
Freddie's dad, Barry Sheen, drilled down
Yeah,
holes
I
in
remember
his
Yeah,
that.
mouth.
I mean.
I was about to say one of my dad's best mates used to race a sidecar, then the TT and that, and he used to drill holes in the front of his helmet to have a cigar hanging out. Fucking brilliant. Anyway, yeah, eventually I dropped it. I dropped it twice, and the second time I let it go, I didn't pick it back up and swallow any more sand.
So now there's a big cigar floating in the Western Sea.
If someone might have picked it up and finished off, it had about that much left in it. John went and found that. I said, after we stopped at the services, I went, "Oh, fuck, I wanted to go and buy..." One didn't even think a cigar. I just thought, packet of fags. And then I rang John. Yeah, no, cigars worked out way better. I said to John, "You got any tabs in your van?" And he doesn't smoke, so he said no. And he said, "I'll see what I can do." And then he just turned up with a cigar. I don't know where he got that from, but thank you to everyone.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, cigar's better. More classy, innit?
Yeah,
But you're
classy.
a classy bloke, so.
Especially with my button-up shirt on.
Yeah, fag would have looked a bit chavvy.
I actually flew with them black boots from Spain just for that reel as well.
Oh, you've really
Yeah,
prepared.
that's how much thought's gone into that reel. Them black boots, I thought I need black boots to go with these jeans.
How many views you on it?
Uh,
See if it's worth it.
600,000 or 700,000.
Is it?
Oh, nice.
You've slapped on the gram
Yeah,
over the
I've
last...
hit big on the gram this
It's
week.
been a long time since I've got that sort of figures on a gram. 955k. Oh no, that's
No,
not even
that's
that.
on the-
Bloody hell.
That's the Insta.
Oh, you got
one.
some big views, yeah. What's
I've
that
had a
one
good
then?
weekend.
Fucking hell.
had
That
a
was
good
literally like
weekend.
last night. It's got 1 million views.
Western goes
Just wanna-
well.
No wonder you get paid so much.
Just say that again, just in case Gareth didn't hear it.
1 million views,
Yeah.
Gareth. I think it's because that quad man rode straight into the side of that
don't-
building.
That was Gareth.
I didn't?
That was Gareth.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Is he all right or not?
That was Gareth.
Serb's
In
right
his
for not
P-
answering the phone to me when I try to
In his
get a ticket.
POV, David Knight pulls up to him on the start and goes, Ocky's just had a massive...
Is what he said.
On the start line.
He's had a big one on
Someone thought that he was beefing with us because he literally pulled up alongside us and started, like, obviously got to shout because it's noisy. And someone come up to us after and said, what did you do tonight? Why was he going mad at the start line thinking like he had a problem? And I was like, no, he was just telling us Ocky had crashed his quad, bless him.
Big crash.
I think he was trying to say like he was expecting the start to be delayed, but it wasn't. The gates opened fast this year, I
To
thought.
be fair, I watched the crash. I don't know what was I watching. Was it on your vlog last night?
No, I didn't get. There was a video.
Yeah, but anyway, it was your fault really because you went wide and Gareth had nowhere to go.
No, but normally he would just
Normally he
pull to the right.
stops. As soon as he goes down that ramp, I'm sure he normally stops on the right-hand side there. It was him that wanted to have a tear up on the first two
pushed
corners.
him wide, and he was like, "No way, mate."
Yeah,
I'm
but
on
then
a quad here."
on the video, it looks like he just hits the dune. But
I don't know how
there's
he's just
barriers.
His fences on the dune.
He's hit the fence and then the dune and flipped the quad.
Was he all right or not?
He gets straight up and then he's just looking at it all along the side.
Fucking good.
Not
part.
much you can do other than own it in that situation, is there?
Well, there's a lot going on at that point. So
Yeah,
you have to
it's
sort of look out the
stressful.
corner of your eye to see the quad smash the. We're good.
I
though.
bet it was scary where he crashed because
Yeah,
bikes
a lot
would have
of
been.
bikes coming past.
Hmm.
It's a fucking mad old procedure, eh? Where were you for the start, for your first ever Western start?
About.
Not on the gate. Why don't you do the gate?
I don't know. I had kids fucking running about everywhere. So I was about. I don't know. So quarter of the way. Nah, probably not quite a quarter of the way up the start straight.
Down the straight side, not by the gates.
No, I
I
went
didn't see
straight
the
side.
gates open. The noise when the gates opened. Just fucking wild.
Yeah, but you can't. If I could run about, it would have been easier if I was watching the whole run. I wanted to actually film a bit of a vlog about just the carnage of the race.
Did you?
Just no.
Just carried your camera around all day for no
Yeah,
reason.
all day. Camera, fucking GoPro in my pocket, awful day. Carrying shit. But I didn't film nothing. Started, got a bit in the pits that I was quite happy with, and then done an intro, and I was like, this is going to be good. And then just parted ways with Soph and Rafi, and then ended up taking Alf to try and watch sections, and then it was busy. I couldn't really let go of Alf. So then I couldn't film nothing. It was actually hard to even get close to track. It was still three deep really the whole way up, especially like not straight side like the other sort of technical
it's a
part.
spectacle, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah, well, I couldn't really get close to track, and the track's very spread out. You can only really film one bit at a time. It's quite hard to film, isn't it?
Yeah, unless you get in one of the bits like where there's a U-turn there and a U-turn there, I suppose.
I mean, if you had a thing to get on the track and you could run about on your own, you could do it, but it was hard with a kid to film. But I really liked the race. I'm still not sure whether I'm sold. I think I was more sold on Thursday, and I had to get all revved up.
Sunday afternoon, you were on the podium, you reckon? The bold statement was made.
I could obviously do all right, but I don't know. I wouldn't jump in there. Don't think if I'd have raced that one, I would have been on near you.
It appears to be different.
Do you reckon you could come round the first turn, tuck in, take one hand
that
off?
bit's
That's
obviously-
impressed Bill so much.
Kellett's gone. Well, he was already
What?
high in my
Kellett come round the
estimations.
first turn, tucked in one-handed with the other hand behind his back.
Full aero. Like, he
For
was
aero.
already high in my estimations, to be fair.
Top,
I mean,
at the end of the straight or at the beginning?
from the start.
The whole straight
way.
one-handed.
Hooked in. As soon as he goes in top gear, hand off, just aero, baby. And I was looking at a video of me come down, and I thought, what's he doing? That's a bit excessive. I mean, it's cool. Don't get us wrong. It's even if it doesn't make any advantage whatsoever, I think it was cool as fuck. But, and I was watching my shirt and how much my shoulder and arm is flapping. And I do actually think it probably did make a bit of a difference, to be fair.
But you really think that much?
Well,
But on your Insta 360, you're catching him at the end.
I pull back in. A lot of people comment
You didn't get your gear
that
changes
my
right,
bike.
did you?
Yeah, I shifted too fast on the first lap. Like Knight gets alongside us, and then once I get sixth, I do pull in a little bit.
Ducati power.
And no, I was A, very impressed by Knight finishing fifth, and B, that Ducati, and it's how new it is he's had that. I've been watching his story. He's been making that tank all week.
How's he made that?
Metal and welding, Tom.
Oh, it was a metal tank.
Yeah, alley tank. Had been
Kellett's
fabricated.
bike's had a big do-up from the year that I come, 2022, and it was fucking big welded metal horrible thing.
Yeah, because that was the new shape Yamaha.
now
then.
it's well
That year they didn't have 6 gears either.
Ah, right.
I don't know if they do now, but I know that year it was the Yamaha had just changed model, and
Only 5.
it was 5-speed that year. So I don't know if they've got 6 now, but no, Ducati, I was really impressed with by Naita, his performance.
Yeah, and the bike to finish.
Obviously only an hour and a half, but still, like,
Fast
What
the
was
old
he,
Duke.
5 minutes behind you?
he was in 5th place. I don't know what.
Maybe
how
not
far he
quite
was
5
behind.
then. I don't know really, but
What happened to
impressive
Greedy?
for what, 46?
I
47?
think his swinging arm snapped. He told me afterwards. He had extended.
I see him
I don't know
stop.
if it had. Yeah, he had a longer swinging arm. I don't know if it was there that it broke or it broke somewhere else, but
Would a longer swing arm benefit in that race? I can't really see much benefit.
just stability.
Where though? Up the one
The
straight?
straight, and then even them first few. I think it would. To be fair, I had one when I did knockout.
Yeah, that's a bit different.
No, for them races, 100%. But and I was always under the impression it didn't really need it at Weston. But like them first couple of lanes are pretty fast, and then the only thing is I don't know how it then works in the ruts, like the rutty corners that are like hard ruts.
They're not exactly that sweeping. They're all quite long.
This year was also different because it was the quad ruts were there.
A lot of comments and a lot of the questions that people have asked on the Instagram page is saying that the track was faster this year,
Yeah, way faster.
and they didn't like that.
The people didn't like it,
Yeah.
or the spectators, or riders, or
Well, I don't know. They just said what was Billy's thoughts on the track? It was faster, and then there was a couple
From a
of saying the track was
spectator
too
point of view, I
fast.
can imagine it's much better watching people get stuck
Yeah.
and bogs because it wasn't.
I quite like the parts of it, to be honest. It was all very different because obviously it didn't get fully prepped after the quads because the schedule was out of everyone's hands, really. So it didn't develop like it normally does.
So on a normal Western, the track would be full prepped
Yeah,
and
because
graded.
the quads raced the day before, and then in the afternoon, the kids, after the quads, there's kids, which
Yeah.
only do half the track. So like the whole top end of the beach is
new.
fully prepped.
So you come into a wrecked track first lap,
Well, not wrecked, but like
a used track.
2 ruts pretty much.
Right.
Not on
Some
all of
bits
the
were brand
lanes.
new.
Yeah, some bits that had time to redo. Some of the dunes they'd rebuilt, but it was just a little bit different to normal. But it was faster, I would say. There was less like deep water holes which you could just accidentally ride in and disappear and never come out, which is better because
That's better.
it kind of ruins your day if you go in one of them, I guess.
Was you, knowing that it was a shorter race, was you going harder
No, I kind of wish I went harder, to be honest. Now looking back.
from the start?
Well, yeah, but I also, like, Todd went, I kind of let him, or like he caught back up to us at the end of the first lap, passed us, and then he went that last half of the first lap and then started the second lap. He went fast. I don't know if he knew where he was going or he obviously he's used to them conditions.
Yeah.
Whereas I had a bit of arm pumping, I was like, not really pushing, and then the last kind of 2 laps of the race, I really had remembered the track, and I started to push a bit more, and I had my fastest 2 laps and fastest.
Last 2 laps were your fastest 2
I
laps.
think so, yeah, and I'd pulled a little bit of time back because the gap didn't really grow. Like I thought after like 2-3 laps, he would be pretty much gone, to be honest. But and I couldn't really see my pit board this year. The start straight was super short, so I could
Yeah, I see
barely
him
see.
was hanging it over the fence.
Yeah, but normally it's longer, so you actually have time to look. And I think there might have been one extra start gate, so it was wider as well. I don't know. I just struggled to see the pit board this year, so I didn't really know what the gaps were. But once it got to like a minute, it didn't seem to change much. Whereas I kind of felt like he would have been gone. So I wasn't that comfortable to start off with. I kind of wish I tried to push a bit more, but then you don't know how many mistakes you're going to make and stuff. So
What did you do? You done one pit stop?
yeah.
Even though it was shorter, would you normally do an hour and a half, or do you normally
No, so Stan said we needed to stop.
Right.
2 years ago when I did it, we thought,
Todd chose to stop as well.
yeah, I think you'd do well to make goggles last an hour and a half.
Right.
You'd
In
really
what way?
have to,
Just sweat and...
no, just spray it. You have to pull the roll that many times.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You'd have to really be conservative with your roll pulls.
What was Todd's pit stop time?
I don't know, but he'd have been fast. He had a dry brake, so their tank, you don't have to unscrew the top.
Someone said to me he was 10 seconds quicker than you, so what was yours, do you reckon?
I don't...
You couldn't get your screw top on.
Getting my one back on wasn't the best. My breather pipe wasn't really the bestly routed, so it didn't turn. The cap didn't turn inside of it. I think if I go back next year, I will really try and get a dry brake tank, because it is a big difference, to be honest. And in a normal race, you'd stop twice, so that's 20 seconds in a enough time to change an Insta 360 Go Ultra though.
Oh, you did change.
So
that.
impressed with that camera. So impressed
Changed
with that.
goggles.
Yeah, you're really impressed.
Yeah, really am.
Me and
impressed
John
with
did goggles and camera, and
They paying this podcast or not?
that. No,
he's not
yet.
sponsored by Red Bull anymore like, either.
Oh, you've cut the deal.
I've got a new one coming.
Oh, you got
My own.
what? Your own energy drink you made, or
No,
just
my
your
own Kex.
Merge.
Oh, you got a Kex one coming. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I see you lit up in all your Kex gear today.
This
That
is a
new
sample.
little
Well,
bit of an image. Like, look like you were going podcasting or fishing. What
Bradley's
podcast
just-
at 9, fishing at 10?
Bradley's just texted me actually. All the new hoodies have literally just arrived a minute ago. So I'm excited to go out and have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a little look with you.
But yeah, if you want to go fishing, I'll come fishing with you.
Is that fishing attire or just a little range?
Don't worry about what it is. You just worry about you and your sponsors. Look,
It's not
you
that
come.
many brand new. I've got the dirt store top on today. Iron this.
Yeah.
I know something that'll take you fishing.
Who?
Who?
Don't worry about it. Go.
Oh, I do know. Yeah, it's a cryptic clue. He likes fishing, doesn't
Nah, there's too much clues now. Just cancel. There's too much. You just needed to just roll that out quickly and let
Yeah, well, I
him
didn't
move.
know what
get
he's
it.
on about.
It took me a while.
Yeah, but
It took me. It was only your
but now
reaction.
we've made
and
it too
sort
much
of
of a
like,
thing.
oh,
It's too obvious.
Nah, it's not.
You
it's
can't.
fine.
Don't put that in.
Yeah, put it in.
Don't
It's
put
good.
that in.
Yeah, it's fine.
You've got to do it again. I know something that'll take you fishing.
We're not cutting that last bit.
Cut the last bit.
Just fucking move
I
on.
know something that'll take you fishing.
we're not cutting the
Stop
last
trying to
bit.
tell the
Carry
same
on.
joke. Shit.
It's not shit. It's fucking good.
Well, now someone really knows.
No, because none of that's going
It
in.
is.
It is. It's
We
all
don't do
going in.
cuts. We're real
Okay, yeah.
people.
Have to ask the boss.
It's a
Who's
real
the boss?
podcast.
I'm not telling you.
So I was impressed with your ride. I thought minute 20 behind Todd.
Thanks, Tom.
Quite impressive. I don't know. Even I gave it the large one. I'd be a bit humble, and I don't think I would have beat you in that race. I think it would take me a little bit of time to get to that level.
I think.
And I don't know if I'm willing to risk it through the lappers like
Yeah,
you-
that's what I
you
was going to
did.
say. That you're not going to like
There
the
wasn't
lappers.
that much of it.
No,
there,
not
there
much
was two.
risk.
There was two. We watched it, and there was twice. He went, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of alls and there's
Well,
a
I
lot of
watched
moments
it.
that can
You
have
did
alls.
nothing but watch it.
Yeah, I
yesterday.
think it's great. I could sit and watch that all day.
If
But
anyone
I was.
had any Kex customer service that didn't get dealt with yesterday, it's because he sat and watched,
I watched
it for
the whole
6
thing.
hours.
Yeah, why though?
Because it's just mint, isn't it? People, I couldn't
6
believe how
hours?
much. No, he's taking the piss. An hour and 10, however long it
He
is.
said you'd done nothing but watch that. And
2 hours. I watched it
talk
twice.
to Mashtag.
It went. I couldn't believe how much he swings left and right, like across the track himself. There's one bit at the end of the straight where you just dart left, and I was like, fucking hell.
What?
Imagine if someone was still.
Yeah, but no one's going
No
to
one's
go that
coming
fast
up
on the
inside.
inside.
Well, he did. He fucking missed the turn the first go.
No, I didn't. I was pretty cautious at the end of the
First
straight.
lap, you was.
It is quite a
sailed
nice
past.
GoPro to watch. I will give you that.
It's
Because
not
so
a
much
GoPro.
is
60
happening.
Go Ultra,
It's an
mate.
Insta
Sorry,
360.
fucking same thing.
It's not. It's superior. Anyway,
Well, it's just
continue.
the same, like that.
No,
all
it's
one
good.
thing.
I will say, of race footage, I don't usually enjoy watching POV back that
no,
much.
me either.
But that one is that much fucking going on. You could just watch it all.
Well, I've
the
watched
whole
loads
thing.
of other people's, just random.
Yeah, just.
Well, that was part of my vlog that I didn't do. I wanted to put it on to someone, and if I'd done that, I may have had a bit of vlog to watch. Because just a GoPro on some random would go well on your channel.
Prior planning and preparation prevents
I
piss poor
prior planned
performance.
it and
I
all
think,
that, but then I got there and it was a
I
bit
think
much.
Mark McCann. I spoke to him yesterday, so I wanted to know how he got on his start. He managed to get an hour and 20 before it ran out of battery.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Ran out on the last lap, and then it went.
No,
in.
his mate done the full distance.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and his mate was saying, because I
They
bumped
must have
into them
went
too.
very slow up the straight.
On
Yeah,
the
yeah, they weren't rushing, I don't
No,
think.
like-
But Mark had a bigger battery put on his, especially for the race.
not
Other
that I
mate,
know.
he had a normal battery, and
I think one
Mark's
was just
run
that
out.
newer one.
Right.
Yeah, nothing.
Because there's a new model, isn't there?
Yeah, but I from what he said to me, didn't sound like he'd had any real preparation.
No, he had. I spoke to both of them. Mark said run out of battery just before the end. Other mate, he said normal bike, didn't run out of battery. And
So
he
Mark
thinks
ran out of
something
battery-
wasn't quite programmed right on Mark's.
Well,
might have
Mark,
that
Mark
completely
told
wrong.
me yesterday, which again I don't know how true it is. The bike was brand new, and apparently you have to do a few cycles of the battery to get it to last
Well,
as long.
yeah, that's probably.
But I don't know whether that's true or not.
But anyway, one actually finished the race. His teammate.
Well, if they did an hour and a half, that's pretty impressive. They could go with one battery and finish the whole thing next year.
Yeah, if you go slow though, the battery lasts long, doesn't it?
Yeah, but How fast do you need to go to get up a June?
It just need to get round, didn't it? I think their challenge was more just finish the race, wasn't it? It wasn't a time. It's see if the bike could finish the race. And luckily, it got cut half distance, so it probably could, but they'd have been in trouble with 3 hours.
You have to do some battery swaps.
Yeah, but they do that, don't they? But is that enough Western wrap-up talk?
I think so. I'm happy. Good
Yeah.
weekend.
Are we all in for next year?
It depends a lot on the money. I will. I'm not going to lie. I won't be doing it FOA.
What's
C,
that?
free of charge. Oh.
C. What?
Cut that bit as well. FOC. Well, it's a tough race, isn't it? It's a high-risk race. See one kid, he get ploughed up a start straight, and it was absolutely
285s.
awful. 285s, and it is sickening to watch.
Do you want?
I see another
Alf to have
bloke
a
on the
go?
big race. Nah. Well, I thought actually, kids race brilliant for kids. Like other than the start straight and other anything going wrong, because I see some other mate up middle of the start straight. His bike had conked out and he was on the side and he was absolutely fine in the main class. And I was like,
it's just the first lap the start straight.
Well, that's why I after the speed run I done, my start did cut out when it gets too hot, and then you have to press and hold the button for 3 seconds to get it back out of that
so
mode.
you'd have been going.
Yeah, it's not. It don't stop and hit the brakes.
You'd have had to.
But it just starts freewheeling.
Okay.
But then you've got to press the button.
It's
and
like
then it's
if
still
you really
hot.
knew what you was doing and you, but not everyone can go to the side. Like I was thinking, if a bike did go, you'd jam the clutch in quickly and you'd
just
sort of try and book and get over to the side. But if people are looking down, you're still going to get
You
ploughed.
wouldn't
If you are
have
to the
freewheeled
side,
anywhere near as much on the race day because the whole start straight was wet.
Yeah.
oh, you'd come
could
to a stop pretty quick.
Faster than when we were there because
Yeah, it was much better.
it was where I really under and misjudged the roost and the spray. Wow, first lap, pain.
It was bone dry. I barely had to clean our bike on Thursday.
No, but I am. That's the main bit that worries me. The rest of the track, brilliant fun. It's just the start straight, yeah. But I guess there's no way. I was thinking, why don't they do this and like make a turn on the start so it's not just. But then everyone also loves the start. I was talking to this morning.
Yeah, where else in the world do you get to do that?
Yeah, literally. Alf's school, one of the dads he's got a daughter in Alf's class. He raced it. He'd done one lap, and he was talking to me about it this morning. And he was like, the best thing I've ever done. He's like the start. I've never gone as fast on my bike. He's only been riding a year, and they love the people love the start straight, and it's more for the. Yeah, he loved it. He was like, that was the best. Most fun I've ever had is going up that start straight. And I think like someone like him, he got his confidence as he was like, by the end of the straight, he was like, I was almost flat out. Do you know? Because you forget the race appeals to such a big.
Yeah, it's
like that was the best part of this. Is like, I got the confidence to the end. He's like, I was flat out.
One comment on my video, I can't remember word for word, was something like, "What the fuck is this? That pros should not be allowed in a race with a guy with a chicken's head on his helmet or something like that, a turkey helmet." I just thought, nah, that's the best part. It's brilliant. One thing I'm gutted about is I didn't get to run into Park Ferme to collect the vintage bike. Because obviously, I mean, we brushed over the fact, but we didn't do the vintage race.
I think that would be. I would be more inclined to do that. That sounds really good. Like
the vintage.
Well, just not as many people.
Well,
smaller track normally on a Saturday.
I mean,
you've got two.
I think you
slap
could do
up
both.
vintage bikes that need building for this next year.
Yeah, no,
You've already done.
Need to
It took 3 years trying to build them.
I need
Please
to get
build them for
my
next year.
fleet in order for next year.
I'll have a rip.
Big
I'm not riding the
North Star
610.
competitions for giving us this one of this year. I mean, it was a bit ropier than I was expecting.
I could
it to
do
be.
it on an old vintage Triumph, couldn't you? But then that's a bit like it's almost too gimmicky if you do it on an old. Do you know when it's not like a
That'd
proper
be really
Motocross
old,
bike?
I don't think.
No, but like
they
one
were
year
old.
Dave Thorpe done it on the Africa Twins, didn't they? Dave and Sordy.
An Africa Twin's a bit different to a.
No, Triumph have the same adventure bike, but I mean you're
Well, it
doing
wouldn't
it on
be a
Yeah,
vintage.
but you'd have to do the
vintage
adventure
adventure
bike
bike,
in the
would it?
main class.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but that's also too heavy for me.
Literally talking about two completely different things here.
Yeah, a bit confused. Sorry about that.
Next year on the press day, I just want to anything I've got. I want to
It's
take
taking every vehicle.
every
he owns.
vehicle I've got.
Well, that much fun you had.
Funny, so funny, and get there early. Get there at 8.
Yeah, you did say Thursday. All right, let's wrap up the Western chat.
No,
Good day,
yeah,
good
well,
day.
you got to go. Come on, next. What are we going to talk about?
Did you see the subjects I sent through?
Actually, didn't.
Have a look, see what you think. It's on the blog chat. I've got.
Oh, you're subjecting up from your other podcast now, eh?
Yeah, it's a similar thing.
We've got MXON to discuss.
So I've got. How do you feel about your daughter racing Weston? Girl names.
Stop. Roxanne's
Any
not going to be impressed.
Any suggestions for girl names from the listeners? Can a woman become
Did you send this?
Can a woman become
I know what you could
competitive
call
in a man's world?
You could call
And
you
Jake Paul feet Axel at his ranch.
That's quite funny.
You could call your unborn child Billy Bolt, but Billy B-I-L-L-E.
Billy Bolt Jr. Well, you don't like any of them subjects. Have you released the gender or not yet?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been enough clues. People should have.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know
there was
whether
a
I was
pink boat
just-
on the head of the post.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, then there's enough clues.
No,
But
I wouldn't allow you to just drop my baby's gender.
no, I did think
on
that.
here.
I thought you might say clip it. It was only a joke. I didn't know whether it was going to be clipped or not. Obviously, the subjects aren't that great. But if you do have any name suggestions, drop them in the comments.
Oh, funny.
But MXON.
Go on then, take
Big
away.
thing.
You've been going
Nah,
on
I
for
just
24
think-
hours about how much you wanted to talk about this.
Well, it's just the subject of the world right now, isn't it?
Well,
It's a good
then,
one.
I didn't really watch it. I was driving home from the beach.
There were some questions on here, and one listener wrote, the reason we didn't do F-all is because Tommy chose not to race.
Yeah, you fucking-
What a little
You
minge.
let the country
Is that what it
down.
said in the comments?
You let the country down. Let that sink in.
Yeah, I feel awful about it.
The listener, you'll know the listener. You've spoke to him. You've been back and forth with him all day.
Yeah, I know. One of the little trolls.
Yeah, a troll. Yes,
He's a little boy, big troll. Shout out Jesse. You'd have probably seen him negative reviews for
He's really gone hard.
He's had a goose stabs at some questions.
Yeah, but I won't read them all out 'cause some of them are
No,
bad.
MXON, I think I watched all the races, got back from Bill's event, watched a little bit on the way home. Well, fuck it. Where'd you start? It's just hard to not to be negative about Team GB.
Have you seen Jeff Perrett's
Yeah, seen it, yeah.
post video?
What's he say? I haven't seen it.
He's along the same lines. He first of all said it's nothing to do with Mark Chamberlain.
Yeah, I
which
will back
agree.
that up. Mark Chamberlain does everything he can for this race, and any rider that is in the small team that gets chose or within the group that goes, obviously puts on a thing that Team GB have like a VIP tour. He puts that on. People pay to go, and then he does an evening meal, and that also goes towards getting the team out there. So how like the ins and outs work of Team GB, actually the inner circle, he does everything in my eyes he possibly can to create a good group of people to take. He raises funds off his own back to take the team, and he's got a group of riders to choose from that aren't very good at the moment in the UK, and so it's not his fault. You have everything. The team he took is the team he could take on paper. Like Ben Watson was first choice, he couldn't go because of Beta and Koss. Obviously, then Max Anstey was in that first group. He, I would imagine, was training, which his priority sounds like it's World Supercross and expensive to get Max out there. And then you've got the 250 riders to choose from in the UK, which was me and a whole group of kids, which you've got Charlie, Billy, Ollie, Ben. I don't know if I'm missing any out off the top of my head, but there's a good group of youth. And then you got Dylan Walsh that was out in America, had a bike that he could get supplied easy. And I think that decision come down a lot to cost. I think it's not going to make a big difference either way in the actual result of the 250 class. You choose from that pool of riders that I've just named. They're all sort of similar. You chuck Dylan Walsh into the mix, all sort of a similar pace at the moment. So his choice was very limited, and he'd done the best with what he's got and the budget he's got. And that's how it comes down to. It doesn't really come down to favouritism or so much politics. It's literally just, we got this pool of money to spend. These riders couldn't come because it got too expensive. And then that's the group you went to the race with. And then after that, the riders done what they could. When you're there, every rider's going to do their best. And I listened to the podcast of I listened this morning to the podcast. Vital MX put some up and they interviewed each rider. from the British team, like Josh, Dylan. Dylan sounds like he had a bit of bad luck with chain and an engine broke. I didn't know that really until I listened to the podcast, but it makes sense. So I guess his chain derailed in race 1 and his engine broke in race 2, which it can't really be helped because apparently it was a factory engine or semi-factory engine that had been supplied by KTM. And then Josh done really well, got a good start, put himself in a good position, hit Ken Roxon, like he said in his interview. Very rarely would Ken Roxon make a mistake and go down. He did. He hit him, had to come from back. I think he rode out of the best he could ride. Wouldn't you agree with the results?
I didn't see the results. So he did a good
No,
whip.
like he done a nice whip. I see that.
Actually.
You didn't actually see a lot of them on the telly or hear from them on the telly.
Obviously
so you
not.
only know
You don't really
from
know. So that's why I sort of wanted to watch them interviews before saying. So Josh done his best, got chose, went out there, put in 2 results as he always does. Each time he's got chose for the UK, and rode his very best. You can't ask from it any more from Josh in that situation. With all the pressure, I think he rose to the occasion. And then Dylan's bike broke, and then Conrad doesn't race GPs, hasn't rode against any of those races, and rode where he's going to be. He's never really performed any better on that level. You can't really expect him to when you don't race GPs. And his positions were where he's at in that group. Everyone in front of him was a bigger name that's raced.
His problem is when people like Hurlings come here and he races Hurlings or beats Hurlings, then all of a sudden he's expected, well, he's good enough to do that. People then expect him to go to...
It's a different world.
Yeah, I know. Totally different world.
Everyone in front of Conrad in the races, you look at the names and you're like, all pretty good, all done something at world level. Anyone behind him was, again, probably not as good as Conrad. That's where he fitted in on that weekend. There's no disasters. It just is where it is, and that's what's going to happen if you haven't got the riders competing at world level. Simple as that. I don't think he really choked up or done bad or didn't ride his potential. I think just on the day, on that track, that was the results. And then if we want to be better as a nation, it's going to take some time to rebuild and get a good group up there.
I feel like that's the annoying part, though. Like, I haven't actually seen the results, so I don't mean specifically from this weekend, but from like the way it's trending now to then
turn
things around, and then actually envision the nations where
we have a competitive team. It's a long way away.
Genuinely hard to see, which is
sad.
Not nice.
Because no one's racing the world level stuff.
That's what I mean. Like I feel like there's bigger problems than just which riders go to nations and which riders are getting selected. There's way bigger problems, like, because you got to think there's reasons why we've got no one that's competitive. Like, not being funny, but the fact that you're still in the mix of being chosen,
it's not normal.
It's not good. And then if it's obviously Dylan, logistically it worked out, and Dylan's I think a good rider anyway. Like, he's been British MX2 champion. He's done. Dylan, I think, is a very good rider.
No reason why. Yeah, like
but
I mentioned
other
before,
than that, it was you or a bunch of kids who, let's be honest, okay, sending them to nations, it could be an amazing breakout and what they all need, but it could also, with having so little experience on that stage and of being not performing at an international level or big race level, like, it's the fact is literally no one.
That is the problem.
I think it's generally, it should be alarming to people, like, and not alarming like, oh, the riders are shit. It's not that. Like,
no, because they're not.
The
riders
shit.
We have aren't shit.
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
just they're just not given. Whether it's, I don't know, because I don't know the ins and outs, but I don't know if it's because they're not given the opportunities or they're not putting themselves in them situations that they need to be in. I feel like there's a lot of ways you could look at it, but the top and bottom of it is like there's just this. The riders aren't there that should be there, because there's no reason why like our top 5 MX2 kids can't go and challenge more and push and do better, but it's just there's something missing that they're not. I feel like.
So you could go on for out, and there's also so many different ways to look at it and cast your opinion on that. Like, I thought of it, and then from day to day, you're like, okay, that adds into the mix. That's part of the problem. This is the problem. There's a big There's big problems, but it's not always they don't get an opportunity. And I think that's part of the problem, that people look at it and go, well, our riders don't get the opportunity. You have to make your own. I think as well, like, you got to also be realistic and look at the levels of the riders. Like, yeah, we've had podiums not too long ago. Like in Assen, they were on the podium. At Matterley, they were on the podium. But think of the actual level of riders that were on the team at that time. Like the one in Matterley had Max. Dean. Yeah, and also Max went 1-1.
Exactly. But like, even just having Max at that time was capable of being on the podium in MX1 at a GP. Like, he won GPs that year, did he not?
Yeah,
next year.
No, he won. He was always in the mix for
exactly.
GP, really.
Like,
yeah, but anytime anyone has ever been on the podium in Matterley or in the MXON of Great Britain, they've raced the MXGP
level, yeah.
GP level,
but also been
and good at
there.
it. Yeah,
you see him like
even Jack Nicholls back in the day. He raced GPs. He
got podiums, multiple podiums at GP level. The problem we have is we haven't even got anyone in GPs to choose from.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like,
other than Ben that couldn't go.
Yeah.
Well, the 3 people that got picked have never podiumed at GP level.
I don't think they've been in the top 10.
That's what I mean. But then even if you then go to the next lot back.
Oh yeah, you're right. Not one of them riders have ever got a podium at GP level. Yeah.
And then if you go back to the kids that you're saying, none of them have even really raced.
Hard. I feel like the talent pool to choose from. Yeah.
No,
because even back in the day, like at that time of Matterley and of Assen when we were on the podium, everyone was still getting fucking slated as well. Like, the riders were still getting shit.
Yeah, but also Nathan was still a good rider. He podiumed. Sterry wasn't far off podiums and may have got MX2 podiums that year.
Yeah, exactly.
And who was the third rider? Ben. Was it 2 Watsons on the team that year? No, Simpson.
Also
Simpson, who won GPs in Sand, who won at Assen previously.
That's what I mean. Like, and I think at that time, I mean, I might be wrong, but I feel like the team selection was also getting shit then. People still weren't happy, but the riders that were getting picked were of
a good
such a higher caliber to what is now, and I think then podium times.
Yeah, but I don't think you can
people
say
still weren't
caliber.
happy. I think it's too fresh in people's memory. Like, the talent pool then, or like the level of rider from then, the times of then is so far away from now. When you be realistic, it's like not even close.
Yeah, it is. But then if you look at it in another way, Ben Watson, considered a great GP rider, podium GPs, not a British champion. Conrad Means 5-time British champion. It's
like,
like,
you're looking at it.
You got to
like
look
what Billy's saying. Then it's not that the riders aren't good.
Yeah,
we have good riders.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong.
But we don't have good racers.
You got to be in the MXGP.
And you've also got to put yourself
be amongst it. Like, don't get me wrong. Ben would obviously be the first choice, and I think the team would have improved. And then say you have 2. It was a different setup, and you had 2 podium, at least top 5 contenders, and then you take a Conrad who doesn't use the GPs. That obviously Conrad. There's a lot less weight on him to perform. Like, and I feel like there's more chance. Conrad's more than capable of being on the podium. Like, he's one of the most talented riders ever. Mm-hmm. But when there's far more chance of him performing when there's 2 other solid riders, and then all of a sudden, like, he gets a 6th and an 8th. Like, that's I feel like there's way more chance of that happening. Whereas it's like you don't have any of them. A, we don't have them anyway, and then B, they couldn't get picked. I.e., like a Max and Ben would be 2 guys you would think, okay, something's gone wrong if they're not getting top 10 in their class.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the whole thing's different. But when, like, you don't have, the team was realistically made up without having any anchors or solid people, and I don't think it's fair to class Conrad as one of them because he's just not in that paddock and in that. Whether he can go that speed or not, it's like almost not fair to put him.
I think going
in that position,
going that speed, or riding around now Conrad does and doing some of the things he does on a bike, it's unbelievably talented. And there's not many people that do it in race situations. Jet Lawrence, an example, he does, but an MXGP racer is normally just a full scrapper, isn't it?
Yeah,
if you watch him, you are scrapping.
Isaac Gift into the world.
Yeah, he's a perfect example.
You just scrap.
Get a start and just fucking stick your elbows out and hide the nut on anyone that wants to come past you.
Being in that circle of MXGP, MX2,
yeah, you need to
you just end up being a scrapper.
And think they do it 20 times a year. How many British Championship races do you do?
8.
Exactly. 8, where he's 20 seconds in front of second place.
And you're never going to you can't,
It's not
no
the
matter how
same.
good a
It's
rider
just
you
not.
are,
It's not.
you can't then go to a race
But that's
with
why-
better riders and step up to beat them. It's just not.
But that's why I feel like it's not his fault, but there needs to be a realization there's a massive problem that there's no riders in that world and in that environment. And like, I don't have the solutions. I'm not
I've got
trying to say I do,
I've got
but
an idea, but not a solution.
Go on.
I feel France does this quite well. They've got their Moto Academy. It would be good to someone like the ACU, the British Academy,
Yeah,
to
they need
send.
from younger though.
Yeah,
Don't
younger,
think
or
about,
say
don't
like-
think about the riders for the team. Think about the riders from the team in 5 years' time,
or
10
they're
years'
going to
time.
send like people like the young kids now, Ben Mustoe, Charlie Haymans, all of them. They go, right, the ACU is going to pay for you to go and enter 2 GPs a year. You pick them, and they do it for a few different riders. Send them all there.
Yeah, but it's
That's the
in my
never-ending
opinion, that's
cycle of
not-
Oh, yeah.
what
not
every
the
other
problem.
federation does to what the ACU does. That it's
So what would your
incomparable.
fix be?
My
Because they need to be in that
fix is-
paddock, is what we've all basically said. They all
Yeah,
need to race that
but
race.
also you need to be ready to go into that paddock, and that starts not at 6. We have riders that are very good up until about 13, and my opinion is from the age of 13 to 17 is where the problem lies, because we have coaches that can teach a rider how to ride a bike, and all the kids from the age of 5 to 13 are going with these coaches 3-4 times a week, and they can all ride a bike.
I watched, my sister was obviously in the 85 class, and I was watching it. The top 10 of that, I was generally blown away by like their style and
Yeah.
the technique of
But
the
they're going
riders.
on-
And I'm like, what the fuck's happening here? Like every single one of them, like stood
reckon?
up, arse out, toes in,
Yeah.
over the bumps, and I'm just like, what the
that's-
fuck?
because they're getting taught 3-4 times
Yeah,
a
you
week.
can see it's just,
But they're getting taught to ride a bike. And then the problem where they get lost is from 13 to 17, they're still getting taught to ride a bike, not on how to race. And then they lose that. The people that are teaching them haven't got the experience to know how to race, what it takes to be at that level. If you look at the federations and the riders that are getting took to GPs from abroad, the coaches that are helping them, they're ex-world champions. They're getting took from that level of being able to ride a bike and picking the youth that can be the future, and then they're taking them to that next level, where we're getting stuck in the level that a good 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old is still riding with a 6-year-old, getting told to do the same thing around the corner. Remember to stand up, remember to tuck your feet in.
I feel like the expectation gets put on them from too early because they have good style on an 85. And
Yeah, 'cause they've been good.
and I was watching it and I'm thinking it's good and nice to watch, but it's all very...
They can't race like
But
that.
they're all the same as well. Like I get there's ways to do things, but like...
Well, I would say Billy Askew is a prime example of that, and he's been put semi on a pedestal, maybe even by us putting him on
Yeah.
vlogs and stuff.
I think they're
and then he's
too
gone and had
young,
a
and
battle.
then it's follow. Okay, they're at a very good level at that age,
Yeah.
and that size bike and stuff, but it's almost too much focus. Like it's a
You
very
need to
good
go
point.
at like
I
13,
agree.
14, and then you need to go abroad and realise where you're actually at. Because if you go abroad at 13 and then you're getting 19th in the Dutch Championship, but winning the Acerbish Nationals and the Bridgestones by 40 seconds, you're sort of going to have an early realisation that, all right, that is the level we need to be at, and that's the people we're going to be racing at.
Yeah.
Maybe go do the German Championship, but just break out of the UK, break out of the riding the same track and the same week, getting told to do the same thing, and realise that it's a big world out there, and to be at that level, you're going to have to work hard and watch what others do, and then adjust it. I don't think the problem is, and I spoke to the bloke from the ACU, I don't think the problem is from age 6 to 13.
I agree a lot actually. That's
So
the
you
most
think the
sense you've
problem's
ever spoke.
13 to 17?
Well, yeah, because they don't then look outside that little box they've been in for the past 7 years. They just stay doing the same thing. It doesn't evolve. And the coaches, it's not all on them either, because the problem you have is their business model is to help kids from 6 to 13, 14 years old. So they can't then just go, hey up, I'm going to just spend all my time to make you...
We'll not worry about these 15, 6 to 10 year olds because realistically...
No, like 6 to 10 year olds.
Yeah, like that one or them 3
Yeah.
15 year olds need as much attention as what 30 kids do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
So then that good Paul is then getting taught on the same days, that's told the same things, and you can't. It needs to be separated there. Like,
I feel like
the coaches have done their job. They've taught them how to ride a bike. Let's teach them how to race, and they also need to go find out themselves.
Dead. You thought about that, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I have, yeah, because I think
there needs to be the ACU. That's a good point, and
the ACU,
you can always say the ACU needs to take riders to do European Championship. The ACU needs to take riders to do this.
You can always blame the ACU.
That's not realistic. Like, okay, the French Federation does this, the RFME does this, but that's again not realistic. But that's quite a good point. We need to say I think a realistic goal would be like appoint a coach for that handful of riders that's funded by the ACU, rather than send a truck to this country, that country, this country. Like, at least a coach, and whether it be every 2 weeks, 3 times a month, whatever, like where them
and those riders could ride together.
Yeah, exactly. They're there, and obviously they don't even have to like each other or whatever. It's in some ways it'd be better if they didn't. They're going to be pushing each other, and like and it's also a pressure situation on them days because they've got to perform, and they're going to be under the.
It's very hard to break out that mould at 17. Like, Billy's a prime example.
Yeah, I agree.
He got taught, and then he got to 16, and he was still racing in the MXY2 youth class, winning every race by 40 seconds. And then to change his mentality to then step up to the ranks in Britain was fine. Then to go to Europeans was like a big, oh no. Like, and then it's had to all come crashing down to now build up again. And if you can then start that process at 13 to realise, okay, now we've got to change 14, 15 even, to then they need to realise earlier, I need to work hard if I want to be good at this. And I think that's where the problem lies.
Yeah, you can go to a day.
How to fix that problem is another thing, but that, in my opinion, is where the problem lies. Because you've got a good group of people that are helping the sport, that's taken them to Le Coupe this weekend. But that's not... If you looked at Le Coupe this weekend, the 85 riders are
really good. Really good.
Yeah, and the 65 riders are good. But then, and even at Le Coupe, it's not like the biggest thing for the adult riders. And you had a couple of them do well. Ollie, I think, done well. But then the problem then lies in that class, and you can see that
but also
highlighted.
Of the other countries... By the time they get to adults, how many of them are still in that?
Yeah, and they're not doing Le Coupe.
No, they're gone. They're in a program or they're working.
So my opinion, and if you can funnel that through, then you're going to get the next.
I'm impressed by him there. He's impressed us.
He's done well there.
That's well done, Tom.
It's really been boiling on your mind, hasn't it?
No, but
not boiling. I just think
that's a real. I'm generally impressed by what he said because it makes sense.
Yeah, and I don't think it's anyone's fault, because like it's not the coach's fault, because they're earning money from their business.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when they're young kids, I generally feel like we have the best lot.
You've got
the way
good
they
coaches.
look and the style of them and everything's as amazing. To be fair,
they even do well at the world rounds. There's like no problem
65s and 85s. I see you would do.
From what you've said, the level's higher elsewhere than it is in the UK. Then, and they need to go and experience.
Not at a young age.
No, from the age category you've said, they need to go and get involved.
I think that other countries aren't spending...
Yeah, they don't care so much about the...
No, at 6 years old, they're not spending 4 days a week.
Well, that's why...
coaching with people.
I couldn't believe the style, like the technique of these kids. And I'm just
Matey from Slovenia isn't spending 5 days a week, $1,000 a week on his kid to go a coach. He's going, you ride around that...
Yeah.
Old stubble, you ride around that parking lot.
Go fast with them bald tyres, and then when you're 12, you can have some new ones.
Yeah. And then... It's just...
I think it's a bit of a competition in this country as well, from like not so much amongst the riders, but like the dads. The whole mentality is just like to be the best.
Yeah,
to
be
all
the
times,
best.
which
have the best
is
bike,
what you
have
need.
The best gear.
Best bike for like.
And then that also harms because the good kids have the best bikes.
Yeah, because even the bit of the track I was watching at Weston, there's a handful of these bikes were hitting these bumps, and it was just like. Like, didn't even make a noise. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? This is mental. I haven't really paid that much attention to it.
Even I was talking to Cohen's dad, because he's the kid who won all the British Championship, like smoked the auto class, and he's the best rider in the auto class. I think he's won every race, and was trying to say like he's got a good bike, and it's also hard for a dad not to give your son the best
you want
stuff.
to do the best you can.
And
I
I was
fully
like,
get that why that mentality's there, but when you look, and again, well, you got to look.
But
at
he's winning every race by 40 seconds, and I was trying to say in this 65s now, try and like don't give him the very best. Like just make him work for it. And if he wins, and if he gets second, you want him to win because you want him to be happy and have confidence.
I feel like you also in the moment you're like, my kid needs to win this, otherwise he's not going to have a career in this sport.
So hard.
If we don't win this championship this year, my son's not going to have a career in this sport. Well, it's hard not to look out of that picture.
Yeah, very, because you're
like, we need this sponsorship to get these 4 helmets for next year, and if we don't win this race, we're not going to get. Like, I get why that mentality's there. I do.
And even for us as a pro, sometimes I ride through the winter and I've got to ride today and I've got to be fast, and then like 2 months later, you're like, oh God, I fucking hurt myself that day trying to do this. And then you look at it from a different point of view.
Yeah, like I could have just went home at lunchtime because I was feeling a bit shit.
Yeah. But
then you need them days when you don't want to do it and you got to push through. I think we're down to one camera and I need to leave in a minute anyway. So you got anything else to add, Ed?
Oh, that's it. We're just done, wrapping up.
Well, you can keep talking if you want.
What time you got to leave then?
I've got to go to airport in 12 minutes.
You got to leave in 12 minutes?
22 minutes.
Well, the other nation stuff. Other nations, Australia, good, aren't they? Good, they got good riders.
Actually, I watched like 4 minutes of one race because the stream was working, so I don't have anything to add. Like seen that. Jet Lawrence is quite good.
Really, really good. Really good. Oh, actually, yeah, you've just remembered what you said last night, haven't you?
No, I remembered anyway. I was waiting for you to remember.
I said Jet Lawrence is good, and I was like, I watched this, and I showed Bill a clip, and he went, honestly, it's like, that's what I do. Like, I do all this when I ride motocross. So,
is it the one when he goes across the ruts?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, and you reckon that's a bit you?
No,
I watched him. I showed the pass, re-implode it 3 times, and when he went round the outside of Coonan first lap, Bill went, honestly, all that doesn't really impress me. Like, I do that every day. You did. Then you
didn't say it doesn't impress
I don't do it quite as fast.
I didn't say it doesn't impress me, but I said a lot of the things, okay, I do them at a considerably slower speed. I am not trying to justify that I would go on the track.
You're the reason we didn't do well at the Nations. You fucking went for a payout at Weston. You should have been in America.
Just let me get myself out of this fucking hole you've just hired us in. I did not say it was a similar speed and that I would be anywhere near. And I said, but a lot of the ways he looks at things are generally
out the box.
Yeah, and then you actually agreed.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So okay, so
you shouldn't be doing them though,
right?
Because he does them with finesse.
Okay, occasionally my feet come off.
Yeah, your feet come off, and it's like you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
but
it normally works though.
Your mindset is obviously very similar.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, thanks for that. I'll take that as a compliment in there somewhere, I think.
Yeah, no, I did see your point. Like, I could see that when he went round the outside of Lucas Conan and he sort of wheelied into the face of this one and then bounced. And yeah, I thought, like, yeah, you would just pull a wheelie into the face of that. You do all that stuff.
Well, thanks. So anyway, he did good. He's probably modelled his riding style off me. That's where it's come from, I would have said.
Yeah, has he, like, because you get, like, and comments on a lot of your posts. Has he ever done a like?
I don't think he's appeared yet. No. Shame.
No, you get.
Maybe
it's coming.
Maybe he's got a burner.
Oh, maybe after this.
Actually,
not after this because you didn't. You just said I could do what he done easy.
That's not what I said.
Maybe tag him.
Who do you want to chat from, Jet?
No, we're just saying has he ever commented because he.
I'm just wondering if he has modelled his style.
Most other riders in motocross have gave you a bit of respecter.
Would you ever have a crack at the Nations if you got the call?
Would I have a crack at?
Of course, he'd have a fucking crack.
Would you go for a crack?
MXON next year, isn't it? No, Erne next year. That's not a bit of you, Erne.
Is a pushy front track, tight, narrow. I'd be. There's little chance I'd get round doing it without being. You
need a mudder, don't you?
Don't even like
MXON.
Yeah, or sandy mudder.
Just remember, I downgraded myself from the pro class at Marshfield for the Easter race.
That's more Erne.
That's very Erne.
What? He's been a pot hunter. That's why.
Yeah,
I discussed that actually last night with him. I was out of character that day. I had a month off from hernia surgery, and it was a while since I'd rode motocross. I feel like on that day again now it would be I'd be a different character.
You're going to enter the main.
I'd stay in the main class at least.
One other standout person from the nations that I really like, and you like him as well, Liam Evers. I watched him ride.
Good bloke.
Unbelievable. And then I listened to his interview after, and just what a nice listen that was. No bullshit. Just to the point. Very polite. Very respectful. And just everything he said was bang on. And I just thought, fair play. Like, from what he's obviously...
He's another man, though.
Stefan and his granddad.
He's gone through the grind hard.
Yeah.
Bit up, chewed up, spat out, and back.
Yeah, because only 3 or 4 years ago, he was riding Cullum.
Yeah.
No, probably...
No, that was longer.
No, it wasn't.
No,
it was
it wasn't.
2020.
We were
I was
vlogging.
on Honda. Would have been...
He was battling away.
It's either 21...
No.
I think it was 21, because COVID year was 20. 2021...
I would even say 22 as well.
No,
21.
definitely not.
He was
21.
100% there in 21. It wasn't 20 because that was COVID year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think before.
I've got him on the vlogs. I remember
No, it's
filming
2020.
him. Canada
and he was
Heights.
10th to 15th, and maybe even worse than that in MX2. And his dad bought him, and Harry was there, and they went, yeah, this is what he's got to do. Going to ride different tracks. And he wasn't anything special, but he kept plugging. And I don't think he's ever been really given it. Obviously, he's had good stuff, but I don't think the best of the best. Stefan's always been quite hard on him. And he just gradually built up year after year, and then he just raced with Tomac like it was nothing. And then afterwards just went, yeah, it was quite nice to race with Eli. I didn't know what he wanted me to do when he kept revving his bike up behind me. He's like, I was sort of just trying to do my thing. I didn't know whether he wanted me to pull over or...
That's how I felt racing Ando at a club race in like 2018.
He said, I didn't know whether I should pull over and let him pass. Like, I did look, and it was Eli, and it was like, it's hard for me to just carry on. And he was like, I'm just trying to do my thing here. And he said that it was mad. Just a good interview.
Fair dues.
Nice bloke, real cool.
But yeah, I mean, there's obviously the rest of the nations, but Bill don't know about it, so I guess we'll just wrap it up.
My wife's just texting me saying, you need to wrap it up.
There we go then.
So does she.
Another
She
app.
needs to wrap up her spending, the amount of stuff that keeps getting delivered here. Yesterday, we had a box bigger than this table turn up.
Did you? Well, he's moved out. He's moved the house. You got
was
to
a
buy some
lamp.
stuff.
Oh, a lamp. that
Lamp.
was.
She didn't realise it was that big though.
Oh, right.
She thought it was a table lamp.
I expect the cardboard's coming back here to go through the shredder, is it?
At some point, right. I do need to go. I've got a race. I'm back on the
Good
job
luck.
this week. I've got a race to do. You doing a 2-man podcast?
No, we'll see you all in
Probably
4
not. Right,
months.
See you in a bit.
Bye.